Welcome to the 5 on 5. We are pleased to be joined today by Oregon Secretary of State Denis Richardson. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for joining us.
So nice to be with you.
We appreciate having you here. Now, this week you alerted Oregonians that the state has kept thousands of people on Medicaid that may not have been eligible, over 100,000 people. Next week there will be a meeting with legislators and state health officials to discuss some of those concerns. How did this happen, and where do we go from here?
Well, for almost a year, there's been an audit going on of just software, but we got wind from a whistleblower that there was much more going on that we even knew about, and that we weren't being provided the information that we should have been as auditors. And so we followed up with it, found out that Deloitte had been doing their own audit on eligibility, and that, and finally we, after being kind of slow-rolled and delays on providing information, we were finally given enough information to be able to determine that presently there was about 86,000 remaining individuals that were getting benefits, and they haven't verified them in some cases for 3 or 4 years. And the federal government requires that there be eligibility verification every year. And so after the whole Cover Oregon fiasco, the federal government gave a year and a half to go through and verify everyone. That ended last year at June. So 11 months ago, the waiver ended. We don't have a new waiver. And this is the cost for this is somewhere in the area of up to $37 million a month.
Wow.
And so we don't want the federal government coming back saying you didn't comply with the regulations. We want money back. We want to make sure that we're complying, and the Oregon Health Authority did not play ball with us and give us this information. We had to dig it out. So we did an audit alert. Before that audit is even finished, we wanted the legislature, who's considering the budget for the Oregon Health Authority, to have this information so that they can do their oversight. So that's what we alerted today, or this week.
Talk a little bit about that alert system. That's new.
Yes.
How often do you think that we'll see these alerts, and why do you feel it's necessary to let the public know about audits before they're completed?
Well, if we waited until this audit finishes, it would probably be October, maybe September. Well, the legislature is in session now, and they're talking about the Oregon Health Authority budget, and they're asking for, a huge amount, tens of millions of dollars more, and yet they haven't been accountable for how they're spending what they're already getting. And so it was important to do this alert so that the co-chairs of Ways and Means and the legislators that are on the committees can actually ask the hard questions and find out what's going on. And so we rarely will do this, I would think. But if there's something that's timely, that's urgent, and you can't wait for the final word to come out, then we're going to inform the legislators and the public of it when we become aware of it.
And as a result of this most recent finding, do you anticipate that more information will be coming to light, that we'll be seeing more audits?
Well, I sent a newsletter out to 350,000 Oregonians with this information after we revealed it to the legislators. And we've had a number of whistleblowers, people working for the state, that have found that now there's somebody in state government that they can trust, that won't allow retaliation against them, that will protect them. And so they're coming forward now and telling us about other areas where there is fraud, waste, and abuse, and maybe even criminal activity in one circumstance. And so we're following up with that. Our auditors are very professional, very thorough, and we want to make sure that when citizens come forward with information that we do that kind of follow-up.
Just getting started, but I anticipate you'll be quite busy. We've got much more to talk about, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are pleased to be joined once again with Oregon Secretary of State Denis Richardson. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here with us. Under Oregon law, all documents used by state agencies and elected officials are open to the public, except for some exemptions. Since it was in place in 1973, legislators have added more than 500 exemptions. I know when you and I talked back in 2015, when you announced your bid for Secretary of State, it was your desire for increasing access to public records. How do you make that happen?
Well, we have a very professional archivist. Her name is Mary Beth Heckert, and she's been like 30 years. She's actually, from the time that she came to that office, she's been through like 9 different Secretary of States, and so in their terms. And so she's been the head archivist for 4. And she's a Democrat, and she's very professional, it's not partisan, and she now is working with me to ensure that we have greater transparency. In fact, in about 2 months, we'll be announcing that you can search all of the administrative rules that we use in Oregon by word search online instead of having to go through all of the books and paperwork trying to figure out where things are at. And so that's one thing we're doing. She also is going to be assuming the role of a mediator for when there's discrepancies or concerns or when people are asking or the media is asking for records and they're not getting a response from the agencies. And she's going to get involved in our office, will help make sure that there's compliance by the agencies with the records requests that the people demand and deserve.
So trying to streamline that process.
Absolutely, and trying to keep it so it's not so expensive and that it happens in a very timely manner.
Well, Secretary Richardson, so appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for stopping by.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.